السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. مرحبا أصدقائي في حلقة جديدة. طبعا غيرت اسم قناة الميد 96 لأن كثير ناس عاملين اسم شهر مش دوت كثير غيرت اسم الميد 96. المهم اللعبة كما ترون استراتيجية medvail2. أنا قررت أعود بقناة بهذه المعركة كبيرة بين إحنا والدولة الإلكترونية والدولة مصر. أما إحنا في لما أعتقد دولة المرابطين في المغرب. أنا دولة المرابطين والموحدين. خلينا نشوف شو راح نسوي في المعركة هاي. هي جناحي ناس الإنجليز والدنمارك ودولة أخرى. اخترنا جنود عشوائيين هذا لصالح إحنا أقوياء منهم أقوياء خلي الحاسب هو اللي يخسر. المهم مشكلة راح نشوف الحين وراح المغاربة وأمازيغنا. هلو أبا شرف. خير خلينا نشوف هلو كاب جيرا.
Bomber!
ياخذ وقت كثير حتى يجوا. هون يا ولد. شو هذا؟ هلو شباب. عندهم بنات.
Advance! Crossbows! Advance! General's bodyguard! Advance! Infantry! Forward! Forward! Cannons! Forward! Infantry! Forward! Forward! Spearmen! Move out! Onward! Heavy infantry! March! Heavy infantry! Spearmen, advance! Onward! Heavy infantry! Advance! Infantry! Onward! Infantry! Ashashim! Advance! Infantry! Forward! Christian cavalry! Forward! Heavy infantry! March! March! Spearmen! Forward! Advance! Advance! Onward! Advance! Move out! Move out. Forward.
خلاص تشبيلة ولا أحد مازال هذول
حشاشيم.
احنا الحشاشين شو اسمك؟
حشاشيم. حشاشيم. حشاشيم.
You have pressed the loose formation button for the first time. You'll notice the troops you have selected spread out into a more relaxed formation. Use this formation.
إلى اللقاء أيها المهم
حشاشيم.
حشاشين تعال الحشاشين
March. General's bodyguard.
جنرال بوديغارد تعال
Advance. Kinetes.
روح لهنا
Forward.
تعال
Kinetes.
انت راح تشقمونا معنا الشق معنا راح تشعوز
Move out. General's bodyguard. Advance.
جنرال بوديغارد
Forward. Move out.
خلف
Onward.
واحد أمام
Kinetes.
هذول ديالهم
Advance. Onward.
فكر انه نرجع هذا
Onward. Onward. March. General's bodyguard. Kinetes. General's bodyguard. Forward. Move out. Onward. Forward. Onward. March. Circle and shoot.
You have pressed the special unit abilities button for the...
Loosen formation.
ماشي
Kinetes.
فورميشن
Infantry. Loosen formation. Formation. Position.
خلاص شيك كثير
Infantry.
تعالات تروح يا غبي
Advance. Forward. Advance. Forward. Advance.
كثير مليح خلينا نبدأ الحفلة
Sometimes large battles can be confusing, making it hard to discern friend from foe. To make this easier, left-click on the faction icon button on the right-hand panel.
نشوفوا
This will highlight your units in green.
الله يفتح عليك بعد عن ما بعرف ليش ما استعني نشوف أصدقائي كنت أشوف اللي بالزبط خلاص كثير عالسريع يا شباب عالسريع
Your missile units can also...
General's bodyguard. Onward. Unit, move out.
Unlike archers, your handgunners are arquebusers. Group all your heavy cavalry together and move them to a flank. Wait until you have pinned the enemy army, then move in from the flank and crack. Poor quality infantry. When under fire from enemy artillery, you will suffer fewer casualties if you put your men into loose formation. Left-click on Show Me How to see how to change formation. The enemy has brought up artillery to bombard your forces. Use a cavalry unit to skirt around the enemy army and attack the artillery from behind. It is possible to set artillery ammunition alight to rain fire and death down upon the enemy. Flaming ammunition has reduced accuracy, but is more devastating when it lands and has a greater effect on morale. Left-click the Show Me How button to see how to do this. Heavily armored infantry can waste enemy arrows by shrugging off their arrows. This is very useful when attacking a foe with superior missile troops. Once your men are in combat, you can make them break off by double right-clicking on a point behind them. This can be a useful trick if your men are faster than the enemy. When using this tactic, however, it is inevitable that you will lose a few men. The enemy has brought up artillery to bombard your forces. Use a cavalry unit to skirt around the enemy army and attack the artillery from behind. The enemy cavalry will be able to run down your missile infantry. Keep a melee unit nearby them so that your archers can run behind it safely. Your mounted skirmish troops can move into a circle and shoot formation to better protect themselves while shooting at the enemy. While firing, the cavalry circle in front of the enemy to minimize their exposure to attack. Left-click the Circle and Shoot button on the right panel to activate this formation. Left-click the Show Me How button for help. When cavalry charge, they cause extra casualties due to the momentum of their attack. A cycle of charge, withdraw, charge causes maximum casualties for minimum losses. Repeat until done.
That's it, enemy.
The best way to clear away enemy missile infantry is a direct cavalry charge. You do not only... Heavily armored troops with shields have good defense against arrow fire. Use arrows against more lightly armored enemy troops.
Rejoice! The infidel general lies dead, and now his men fear us.
When you have more than one group of heavy cavalry at your disposal, you may wish to move them all to the same flank. This provides you with the strongest attack possible to break the enemy formation. There is often an advantage in ordering your infantry to countercharge an enemy infantry charge. The trick is to leave it until the last moment so your own lines are not broken.
The cowardly enemy general has been captured while running away. Guard him. For the present, let us show him we are civilized men.
In causing an enemy rout, timing is everything. When you find weak spots in the enemy, weaken them until they are wavering and then hit them hard to cause them to rout. The more units you can rout simultaneously, the more chance the whole army will panic and run.
Only half.
Momentum is overwhelming. Routing 3 enemy units in a battle is no great achievement. Routing 3 enemy units at the same time may cause a cascade of panic and win the battle.
معانا ولا معاهم؟
The accursed enemy has slain our ally. We must look to our own soldiers for victory now.
If your infantry are about to be charged by cavalry, make sure they are stationary. That way they can brace themselves against the impact and will take fewer losses. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Spearmen are the best troops for defeating cavalry. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit. Attacking engaged cavalry with spearmen in the flank or rear is an excellent way to defeat them. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit. Attacking spearmen from the front is a good way to lose your cavalry units. Attack from the flank or rear. Or better still, use some infantry. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit.
Our men are under attack. We need to act.
Spearmen are about to attack your cavalry, who are already in a fight. Get your horsemen out of there. Spearmen are the most effective force against cavalry. Left-click the...
Rejoice. The infidel general lies dead.
Yes.
And now his men fear us.
Yes, fear us.
Heavily armored troops with shields have good defense against arrow fire. Use arrows against more lightly armored enemy troops.
Our men are under attack. We must act now.
everywhere with your cavalry lets them cover ground quickly, but be aware they will get tired if you overdo it. Tired troops are less effective in combat.
Our men are under attack. We must act now. Sultan, only half our force remains.
You have pressed the guard mode button for the first time. This toggles guard mode on and off for the selected troops. In guard mode, the unit will fight defensively, try to maintain their formation when attacked, and won't chase the enemy if they run away.
Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
Are winning.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men. Our enemy flees before us like a herd of goats. Drive them from the battle. Our men are under attack. We must act now. Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle. Our enemy flees before us like a herd of goats. Drive them from the battle. Attack! Run!
You've won the battle. Now you can try to kill or capture as many fleeing enemies as possible before they escape. As your troops are in no danger, you may want to speed up time using the speed settings. Left-click on Show Me How to see how this is done, or press Ctrl-T to speed up time.
لا 11 لا يضل 11 اوكي خلص
Your cavalry unit is racing towards a target in loose formation. As your men begin to charge, change to close formation for maximum impact. This can be done by clicking on the formations button. Left-click the Show Me How button to see how to change formation.
بسرعة بسرعة بسرعة.
Orders completed, my sultan. Attack!
You have pressed the withdraw button for the first.
Hello, Captain. How are you?
You have pressed the skirmish mode.